Hello everyone, George here, and as you can see we are back on F1 Clash as usual. Today we're playing the qualifying round for the New Year's event. I'm on my new account this time. For this event I'm gonna be using Mick Schumacher level 4 and Alonso level 3. As for my tune, I'm basically on my same tune. I'm on 3.69 seconds and this tune is kind of good, but it's not the best. So let's get qualified. Our first race is gonna be on Australia. There is a small chance of having a wet race, but I'm sticking with Alonso and Schumacher. We have a dry qualifying here. Obviously we're gonna be qualifying at the back of the grid every single race, so it's a matter of how many positions we can make up during the race. One strategy, and it is the only best strategy to use, even if it's an event, but always go for hard tires and for a one-stop strategy. This is the best way to make up some positions. Avoid using softs at this stage. And actually we had a bad start. We are currently in P23 and P24. So we are gonna be conserving for 2 laps and then boost 2. And after that we're gonna go to pit for a new set of hards, and we're gonna be coming out for 4 more laps, 2 laps on conserve and then boost to finish. As you can see, my rival is using soft tires on his Tsunoda, so he has to go to pit at the end of the second lap. Most of the AI cars only go for 2 laps and not 3, especially at this stage. Some of them do go to pit after 1 lap only, and it's not just on Spa, but on many different tracks like France, and some AI cars go to pit on Silverstone as well. This is a pre-recorded video. To be honest, I had some audio problems. The audio wasn't working on my cell phone for a reason. As you can see here, Tsunoda went to pit. There's a small amount of AI cars actually that went to pit. We're gonna be boosting for 2 laps now. Australia is kind of a small track where you can boost for 2 full laps with both of your drivers, even if they don't have that high tire management stat. Hopefully the rival's car goes to pit at the end of this lap, because as long as we're stuck behind our rival, we are gonna be suffering in this race. Luckily, rival went to pit with his max at the end of this lap, and we are set to make up some positions at least. We're currently in P17 and in P18. I'm gonna keep the boost on Mick and try to hold back the rival at least. Alright, we lost the position. Yeah, Alonso level 3 has decent defending, but by the time I'm recording this, I got Alonso to level 4, and I'm gonna tell you guys, he is amazing in defending. And he's getting really good qualifying even in duels. Like, honestly, I am getting better qualifying on this account with Alonso level 4 than I'm getting on my main account, to be honest. Alright, like, for new players, the best strategy is to avoid going twice to pit. If you get a breakdown, then it's just like a very bad luck for you, because breakdowns are rare. But as you're gonna see in this video, I did get a breakdown in race 3, which gave my rival the upper hand, and he was able to win the race by a big merge. And yeah, so for this race, I believe we're racing an AI, and every time you see your rival going for soft tires, then you should be relieved in a way, because he's gonna be going to pit. For example, as you can see, Tsunoda, this is the third time you are going. He's going to pit, but I believe actually I wasn't racing an AI over here. I was racing a real player who kept going for softs every single time. Like, he went to pit 3 times and ended up, I believe, I'm not sure about that, but I believe he ended up with only 3 points. So race was kind of like positive. I at least we got more points than we started, and to be honest, junior tier, you only need like 53 to 55 points from 5 races to qualify. So basically, this is gonna be an easy qualifying session. I don't think we're gonna have problems to qualify. Last week we finished in the top 10, only with using Alonso level 3 or level 2. I'm not sure if he was on level 3, and I was using Mick level 3. So those were like decent. That was a very decent result. I am confident we are gonna get P1 this week. And I just realized that we are on our final lap and we just finished. Yeah, thanks, man. All right, for the second race, I was on Singapore, and as you're gonna see here, I had like bad qualifying as well, but I did face a rival that I played against a lot in duels, and this kid was honestly annoying. So even though I qualified in P22 and 23, I decided to go for soft tires only on Singapore. And as you can see, my rival, he's a real player over here. He went to a mixed race. He's on softs with his Mick, and he's on hards with his Alonso. As you're gonna see through this race, I was a little bit toxic to this guy because I faced him a lot before, and he uses loads and loads of emojis, and after like winning this race against him, I just was a little bit toxic. Sorry about that, but it is what it is. So as you can see here, I managed to overtake him, and this race was a risky one. I took a big gamble going for soft tires. I decided to keep using the main strategy 3-2-2. It was a big gamble, but it paid off, and I got like decent point from this race, which basically was the reason I qualified. And spoiler alert here, by the time I'm recording on this video, I managed to qualify for the opening round only with 3 races, and I forfeited the last 2 because basically I didn't need any more points. So I think I qualified with 57 points, I believe. I'm not sure about that. But this race over here was it was a big gamble. So we are going here for 3 laps on conserve. We're gonna go to pit, new set of softs. We're gonna boost for 2 laps, pit again, and then we are gonna be boosting again. As you can see, my rival was pushing at this stage, so I decided to keep defending him because I didn't want him to overtake me. The point, like the breaking point of this race, was when he decided to go for hard tires, which basically meant I had the upper hand in this race because basically softs are so much faster than hard tires. So I kept conserving over here, and as you can see, we are going to be going to pit with both of our cars. I have a good amount of distance between both of my drivers, so I wasn't that worried about stacking. As you can see here, rival went for hard tires on his Schumacher. And the most surprising thing was that he went on a new set of hard tires with his Alonso after pitting at the end of the fourth lap. I struggled a bit to overtake him, but eventually you're gonna do it because you are on the faster tire. And this corner over here is a great chance for overtaking. At this stage, I was a little bit worried because I was still stuck in P20 and P23, but Alonso managed to pull decent overtakings in this race. Rival was pushing a lot, and I thought he was gonna keep pushing, but as you can see, this corner as well is a very good corner for overtaking. And this is where I started being toxic to him. And I'm sorry about that, honestly. So I kept going and we put our go to pit orders. As you can see, we are overtaking again on the same corner over here. Alonso was up to P18, but by the time I looked at Mick, he was at P13. Like, he managed to overtake so many drivers. And we went to pit. We had a perfect pit stop with both of our drivers, and the rival had no chance basically to come back at us because we had the perfect free stop with both of our drivers, and we're just gonna keep pushing till the end of the race. And this should be a great race for us, honestly. As you can see, we got stuck behind the Alfa Romeo car over here, even though the driver, I think it was Giovinazzi, he was on hard tires. And at this stage, you shouldn't be surprised if your drivers do not overtake cars on hard tires sometimes. No, it was actually it was Giovinazzi. Sorry, it was Giovinazzi. So you shouldn't be surprised if your drivers don't overtake that much, because basically it's just the way how the game works. Your drivers are on a very low level of stats, and basically your car is weak as well. So I believe the qualifying system for the junior tier is basically the same qualifying system for Series 5 in duels, maybe. It's only a theory, to be honest. As you can see here, we are on our final round. We finished in P13 with Mick. Decent points here. And we are in P16 with Alonso from starting P22 and P23. On to the next race. Alright, so currently our final race for this video is gonna be on Yas Marina circuit. We've had a bad qualifying as usual. This is not surprising at this stage of the game, but the problem is I was facing the same rival I faced in race 2 in Singapore. And at this point, I thought this is gonna be an easy race, to be honest. I was going for hard tires, especially on Yas Marina circuit or Bahrain at this stage in Grand Prix. I've had a decent start, but there is a turning point in this race where everything went down because of a small mistake or a bad judgment from myself. We were currently in P18, Mick was in P23. Basically, Alonso is a little bit stronger than Mick at level 3, at level 4. As you're gonna see, I'm not gonna spoil the next video, but Alonso is so much better than Mick, and you will be surprised, guys, what qualifying I've been getting. So we were just cruising in P18 and P23. Rival was in front with both of his drivers. I suspected he's gonna go to pit at the end of the third lap. I managed to overtake him with Alonso, and he overtook us back. This corner is honestly a pain in this game because your driver eats the whole corner, to be honest. and sometimes just by himself, like no other driver pushes him to the barriers. So at this stage, my rival decided to go for a third lap, and I was thinking, this is perfect, he's gonna run out of tires soon. And even though he did make a bad call, and I thought like, this is definitely over for him, AI Russell crashed and the safety car was out. So basically he was saved, and my strategy was completely destroyed. I was on 50% tires left, so obviously I decided to stay out and I didn't pit. And this is where I did a very bad judgment. I should have pitted. Always pit under safety car, guys, because it is a free pit stop for you, especially in the game. My rival pitted with both of his drivers. He got out in front with both of them, in front of Mick. It is true I had the lead. I had the car in lead with Alonso, but as you're gonna see here, my rival gained an extra lap on his soft tires, which meant he was able to go for 2 extra laps after this one, and my strategy was ruined. I should have gone to pit for a new set of softs, but it is what it is. And as you can see here, we are behind the safety car queue. And this is where the game intervenes every time to destroy your race sometimes. We gained decent positions. As you're gonna see here, I was on my boost lap, and we were going back to pit for a new set of hard tires. Alonso was driving so good, in a very good way, and we suffered a breakdown over here. And this breakdown ended everything for me, to be honest. Even though that I managed to get Mick to pit in front of Alonso, but this race was definitely over, and I didn't see a way to come back from this breakdown. And my rival was just cruising on his soft tires. He had to go to pit at the end of this lap, but there's no way back for us. And as you're gonna see here, he's yeah, the safety car saved him, and he's gonna start the emojis in a second. And that's it. Like, having breakdown is honestly annoying, but sometimes you just have to accept it. This is how the game works. If you are on a winning streak, then the game is gonna make you lose a couple of races just to keep the game fair for everyone, just to keep it fair on your stats, on your side as well. And every time you get a safety car in your race, try to go for this is the only opportunity for you to go on soft tires. I'm talking here to the new players. This is your only opportunity to gain more positions in a Grand Prix race or in a normal duel. So I was here on my boost phase. I had 3 laps. Actually, to be honest, I went for 5 laps, I think. I went for 5 laps on my hard tires because of the safety car. And that's where I made that mistake. As you can see, I was on my boost phase now. Mick was up again to P14. Alonso was up to P18. He was banging wheels with the car behind him. But at this stage, I was raging, which I don't recommend any one of you to do it, because there's no point of raging in this game. Alonso was up to P17, and my rival started to spam emojis. And after all, he won the race, so good job for him. And we finished the race with 19 points. Not so bad. After those 3 races, we were left with 57 points. So basically I qualified for the opening round with 63 points. 6 points from forfeiting the last 2 races were completely enough to qualify. So after all being said, for new players, always go for hard tires. Never use softs at this stage of the game, because 2-stop strategies are gonna ruin your race unless you are obliged to use a 2-stop strategy. And this is gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's completely free and it helps me a lot. And I'll catch you guys up tomorrow. We are gonna be playing Series 4 and I'm gonna be unlocking Series 5. So stay tuned. Peace.